Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. Making a new recipe tonight, thought I would share. So I've got two skillets here. One's going to get my zucchini and the other one's going to get my cod in it. So I'm going to start with the Brilliance 5-quart nonstick skillet. I'm going to put some olive oil in and turn it on so it starts warming up. And then I'm going to get some stuff ready to go in there. Okay, so first thing I've got is a nice big onion, and this is just your standard white onion. Nothing fancy, but you know how most recipes start. Okay. So it's got brown on the inside, so I got to peel the extra layer off. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm gonna quarter that and grab my trusty many-year-old food chopper. Whoops. I guess I need to more than quarter it because it's a little too big. It's not working. There we go. That's better. Heat up my onion. I did pick the biggest onion I could find in my drawer, so that would be why. Usually quarters are good, but obviously it needed to be a little smaller. It needs to be able to fit under there and still let the blades move. It's weird, I haven't really started doing anything yet, but it smells good all of a sudden. Let's just be the olive oil. Okay. Once I've got all of these cut up, pop them into the pan. All right, so once I'm done with my food chopper, I like to open it up, take all the extra food out. Then you just drop it into the top rack of the dishwasher like that. All right. So I looked up this recipe. I was just looking for something different to do with my cod, because most of the time I just saute it with some lemon. But you know, I get tired of eating the same thing, so I was looking for something different. Sometimes I put it in the air fryer. I have a really good recipe that came with my Pampered Chef air fryer for cod, and it's got like a panko crust and a lemon honey sauce. And I love that recipe. But this batch of cod is really strong tasting, and I just don't like it as much. And I was looking for something to disguise it a little, so that's why I found this recipe. But I am going to adjust it because it was called Cajun. I'm not a fan of Cajun. I don't like spicy things. So I'm going to use smoked paprika instead of Cajun spice. And then I'll just play with it until I get it to taste like I want it to taste. All right, so we're gonna press in some garlic. I always cut my garlic in half. It just makes it easier to press. So you can see how, and you get a lot more out of it. I don't peel it, but I do cut it in half. And this is my really old garlic press. You can tell because the tool's a different shape. The newer one, it looks more like a Barbie hairbrush. So I don't peel my garlics, I just drop them in there. Just make sure you aim before you shoot so that the garlic doesn't wind up where you don't want it. I was at an in-person Pampered Chef party, which I love doing, so if anybody wants to do an in-person party, let me know. But I was at one a couple years ago, and I forgot to tell them to aim before you shoot, and one lady wound up with garlic in her face because somebody squeezed it in her direction. So I always try to make sure I say aim before you shoot, because that's really important, because it will go exactly where you want it to go, unless you're aiming in the wrong direction. All right, I got all my garlic in here. And I just give that a quick stir. Basically just want to soften these onions and garlic, you know, saute them lightly. We don't want them to get brown, which means I need to turn my temperature way down because I got it on way too high. Whew, my eyes are watering. All right, so what else is going to go in here? Tomatoes. So I was using my 5-inch Santoku, but now I'm going to use my 4-inch serrated bread knife from my Forge Cutlery set. If you need a good set of knives, now is the time to have a party, because 60% off anything you want in November. You can get our whole knife box set at 60% off. I mean, that is an amazing deal. So instead of being, I think it's around, let's just do a round number. It's around 400 for all the knives and the scissors on the block. So it would be like under 200. So such a good deal. So if that's something that you're looking for yourself or as a gift for the holidays, now is the time to do it. We can do a Facebook show right here. We could do a live party if you live in Maryland, Northern Virginia. We could do a table text party, very simple. Or I have a 15-minute party too on Facebook Messenger. So I've got lots of choices for you so that you can do your holiday shopping at a giant discount, you know. So I like to get people what they really want or need for Christmas, but it's better for me if I can do it when the price is right. So right now is when the price is right. I'm going to go back and stir this again real fast. Ooh, it smells good. I'm going to start dropping my tomatoes in there. So I'm making a sauce for the cod to kind of stew in. That's how it's going to cook. Okay. And it's really very simple. A couple times a week I try to do a meatless meal. I love meat, you know, all kinds, beef, pork, chicken, but I try to do fish once a week at least, and a vegetarian meal once a week. So tonight's fish day. All right, the other thing I'm doing is I'm using a can of diced tomatoes, and I've got my smooth edge can opener. If it grabs the can, it's going to work, okay? So open it up. Once it clicks, I turn it 2 more times. There was the click. 2 more times. Turn it the other way. Grab the lid right off. It's not sharp. Pour it right in. Okay. So I'm going to serve this over some brown basmati rice. And I'm going to saute some zucchini on the side just because my family likes to eat a lot of vegetables. This looks yummy already, and it really hasn't done much. I'm going to use some smoked paprika. Like I said, the original recipe called for, I put about 3/4 of a tablespoon in there. It called for Cajun seasoning, but that didn't appeal to me. So it's just, you know, you could kind of make, oh, that smells good. You can kind of make this whatever you want. So I'm going to let this cook for probably about 10 minutes until it really gets saucy. And then I'm going to grab my cod pieces, which I buy in these little individually wrapped packages, and I'm gonna drop them in there and let them cook. And that is pretty much it. I'm gonna make some rice, and that's all she wrote. But I wanted to share an easy recipe with you tonight, a good weeknight meal. I love a good weeknight easy recipe. So if you liked this recipe, please share this video with your friends. It is public, so you can just go ahead and hit share, and it'll go right onto your timeline. And then your news feed and your friends can see it. If you're interested in hosting your own party, reach out to me. Or if you would like to earn some extra money for the holiday season, this is a great time to do it. You can be a content creator just like me. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great evening.